Be sure to go to flipsidegaming.com and use promo code 6 for 10% off on orders over $10. Do the same with the Grizzly Gentleman, 10% off at checkout on your fantastic beard products. Or you could shop via the TCG Player affiliate link in the description down below to help support the show. And last but of course not least, you can go to Grey Viking Games with the affiliate link below to pillage some sweet arena codes. What is up, Planeswalkers? Theoric 6 back with some more Magic the Gathering Arena. Today we're going to be playing Jund Land Destruction. You might be wondering, Justin, I thought you said Fridays were for Abzan decks. I've made a change. They'll be... I call them Abzan Lights because I prefer Abzan to Jund, but they're Jund Lights. Jund, Sultai, Mardu, Abzan, but all in the style of mid-range, all relatively similar. Typically best of 3, but not always. The case here is not best of 3. The idea, essentially, is we blow up our opponent's lands. And we don't let them have any fun. I see a lot of people really didn't like my Taking Turns deck for what I assume is the same reason, is it's not a fun deck. That's why I played it early, so I could get it out of the way. Because I don't love playing those decks. But I do love playing Land Destruction. Why? Because I'm a bad person. No, in my main EDH deck, one of my I have like too many. I run Catastrophe. Catastrophe, for those of you who don't know, is a 4 white sorcery that allows you to destroy either all creatures or all lands. Typically, I just use it as a very expensive board wipe. But when your green opponents ramp on turn 2, 3, 4, and 5, sometimes you gotta just blow them up. I did the wrong thing. That's what I like to call, oops, it's my bad. This is what happens when I am distracted. Beard a little dry today. There it is. I was working on an Abzan deck. So that's why I clicked on it, because my brain is bad. Goodness me. I don't remember what it was. Oh, right. I think tactical land destruction has a place in most Magic formats. We have an Inquisition here into a Mind Stone, into a Stone Rain. Opponents on Yorion, so hopefully we'll be able to keep them off of one of their colors. I do think this is good. The reason I went with Inquisition as opposed to Thoughtseize is because Inquisition is going to hit things that can come down before our land destruction. After that, we are hoping that our opponent just can't do anything. Let's see. So this could just be... No, they have Teferi. So it's at least greenless. Never mind. Trial of Ambition I just don't care about. So I think we're just going to get rid of Heart here. Extinction Event I don't have to care about either. Teferi we're just going to keep them off blue, I suppose. Here we're going to play the Mind Stone. And next one we probably just Stone Rain. Play this tap Stone Rain. Interesting. Stone Rain this, obviously. Takes them off of white. Do you have a way to save it? Nope. Cool. We have Maelstrom Pulse for anything that slips through the cracks. As we work our way towards... Sure, that's fine. Casualties. We do need one more land here in order to get Casualties to go off. They can play that, which is fine, actually.
If I don't have a plan, I'll just make one up.
So they're going to just look for land and get rid of these. Yeah, I think that's the correct one to get rid of first. Didn't get a land. Very unfortunate, but I can still at least kill Teferi, although obviously they can loot again. They didn't loot again? Okay. I guess they wanted to keep this, maybe. Uh-oh. As you can see, the lands are starting to get away from us. Let's see if they just play a Yorion. I really don't care if they just play Yorion. I do have a Maelstrom Pulse, or if I draw land, I can Casualties. Not they play a Narset. That's fine.
Humble your mind. There is
So far it does seem like Greenless Walkers.
many paths lie before me.
That's fine. Land, please. It is a land, but it's a little slow. We're just going to keep getting rid of the things that we can while we can.
I lost my focus.
Next turn we can Casualties. If we draw land, we would prefer to Star of Extinction, just because we're likely to hit something of theirs as well. Interesting shock. To play Lord Bolas.
I'm a god once again.
Get rid of this Casualties, I think.
Let your weak minds crumble.
Land Planeswalker. Get rid of their white source. We could have gotten rid of their red source, maybe.
Will be painful.
I mean, that's the next one we're gonna go after, I think. Damn. Go after this again. Let's play Yorion. With light. Yeah, this is fine for now, I suppose. I'll take A damage, but next turn I'll be able to steal. I guess I'll just steal Hollow Fountain. Huh, never mind. I'm just gonna steal this. Except that they're not running main deck counterspell. Well, they didn't counter that. So we're gonna get some number of trolls, but they'll get blown up. Can you stop playing white sources, please? I think I just pass here. Also, I forgot that I'm not running like any basics. Okay. Can at least get a couple, or a little bit of damage in here. Just go ahead and attack. Play this. And turn. Stop having white sources. Yep. Extinction event is fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I will crack this. Eh. Not worth all that much. Let's see what they're playing with. Another extinction event, that's fine. I'm keeping this around. I'm gonna use the binding just in case they draw anything else. Out of Kaya. Yeah. I'm now comfortable binding the O. But I just want to keep them off of white mana. It's possible I should have transitioned over to attacking their red mana. Or hell, even like their blue or black mana. But... not what I'd like to see. We'll play this. What are they holding? Probably just something with white in the cost. I have no way of discarding and stuff. So I don't think I benefit at all. White source. White thing. Tethers.
I'm not going
Blow up Tethers now.
Hurry.
Heart. Should technically be fine. I know it's in their hand, so it doesn't matter what they untap. Yeah, activate heart, that's fine. I don't have any haste, can't attack with anything. So you might be asking how we win. We win very slowly. We kill them with trolls. So we got 3 more of these. We got 3 more of these. We end their life very slowly. Because we know they have this, I have to just have one at a time, essentially. Stone Rain's nice, allows us to get rid of this white source. Grab this, thin our deck a little bit more. And we'll attack. I'd love to get rid of this red source. So that I don't get hit with a Bolas. I'm drawing a lot of my lands. I'm gonna keep this one in hand though. Okay, I was a little frightened of what they were planning on doing it during my upkeep. Beacon is unfortunate. Never mind. I'm fairly certain that the only things that they have in the deck that are red are going to be Planeswalkers, primarily these 2. So we'll keep chipping in for now. I have to assume that these are both white cards.
I am one again.
That's very bad for me.
My schemes are never ending.
We can block now. Oh man. I can't win anymore. Damn. That sucks. Stumbled on 1 land early on. I needed to get that 6th land as soon as I could, as soon as possible, but I stumbled and we lost. And that's how it happens sometimes. I will say I did consider running Harmonize. I did consider it, but I just wasn't sure what to take out there. Yeah, I'm just not sure. Boros Merfolk. I know there are some white Merfolk. I don't think there are any red Merfolk, are there? I think there might be like one from Invasion, maybe? Like a blue-red one? I don't think there are other red Merfolk. This hand is very slow. I'm mulligan that. I like this hand better. I think we get rid of Waking the Trolls. Going second with no opening green source is a little problematic. I'd love to draw an Inquisition. Not an Inquisition. Just gonna play this tapped. Next turn we play the elf. I guess I could have played this into this tapped. Not sure. My goal in this is to keep them off of blue, I think. Maybe red. Maybe. I don't know exactly what type of deck this is, so I'll have to learn a little bit more. But going after this hits both anyway, so. Okay. So I played this. Okay, I guess we just played against Prismari Turbo Concede. You know, I haven't seen any builds of Prismari Turbo Concede, but it's very effective. What was that, man? Just over here trying to blow up their lands. Maybe they kept a 2-lander with Brainstorm and thought it'd be a good idea to do that. I don't know. Because with Brainstorm in this format, we only... I'm keeping it. I'm YOLOing it. Don't care. There we go. L. This. Oh, no! No, I can't deal with a ramp deck that goes first? Are you kidding me? It's not fair. It's ramp now. Always has been. Damn it. Really? I'm trying to play degenerate things, and you give me this nonsense. Wait, what the hell? Yeah, I cannot win this. No, I cannot win that match. They went first, ramped into an Oracle of Moldiah. Couldn't do it. You can't beat that when you're playing LD. Just gonna quickly go to Scryfall. T. Merfolk. F. Historic. Dalakos. Although it's not like mono red, but still. It is a red Merfolk. No. Yes. We'll get rid of a... That. What keep going second? I would like to know. Also, never punished. Whatever, we're gonna blow up a land. I think Prismari has some. Oh, Umar Mystic. That's unfortunate. But I think Prismari does have some things. All right, whatever. I'll blow this up with Binding, I guess. Going against Burn. And of course, Burn went first. God, why can't I have any fun? Okay, gonna kill that. Yeah, I'd rather not die on turn 3. Okay, next turn I can... Inquisition and... And maybe Stone Rain, I guess? Yep, they're gonna hit me with a Wizard's Lightning. Oh, shock. Excuse me, of course. Slowly shock. I am at 6. On my 4th turn. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Six, 5, 4, 3. No way to gain life. I've died again. Not like this. I swear I was winning with this deck on stream. Forgive me. But it's what I must do. I have seen just red-green versions, but losing out on Binding the Old Gods I think is bad. You also lose out on Casualties of War, which can help you against other things that are resolved. If you do have a red-green version, you might be able to find room for the Gruul Worm that can blow up a land. Some people play with like Goblin Rune Blaster or something. I just don't think that's good. Oh my gosh, we're going first? Sure. Up against a Lurrus deck. Incredibly rude. To be honest, didn't expect that from a Lurrus deck, but whatever. Going to hurt myself. Next turn, I can hurt myself to Binding. Blue-black. Is this fucking rogues? It isn't rogues. That's peculiar. Maybe it is still rogues, but just weird? What the heck? Omen of the Sea. Like, Fatal Push I can understand. Omen of the Sea? Snow. Why? Well, I don't trust that at all. What are they doing? If I target their talisman, I'm just going to activate it in response. Activate only during your turn. Oh, never mind. Q. Can't activate. Oh, activate only during your turn. I have to hit him with the BM emote. Okay, put that in the bottom. Can land tap next turn. Can destroy one thing that they didn't put anything to play. Lurrus into hand, sure. Okay. Let's get this tapped. What do we destroy here? Snow-covered swamp. They only have one black on board to cast Lurrus. Even if they're able to like play a land to cast Lurrus, they can't also cast Wishclaw this turn. Supreme Will. I've got to say this deck intrigues me. Stone Rain. Don't mind if I do. Could just blow up the swamp. 2, 3. Just costs 6, 7 total lands, so I can't do both. Cool. Why, apparently I was in play mode during stream. That explains a lot. Onto the deck talk. Big energy here. So, okay. So, LD, over here, right? We have some removal. We have some ramp. We have a little bit of discard. And, of course, we have 24 lands. The reason we have 24 lands is because we have 12 6+ drops. We have a lot of, like, high mana things. It'd be great if the shards, Jund being one of them, had Triomes. I would love to have Triomes in this deck. But I don't. It's possible that I can get away with running the... Nope. I hate everything. On land, please. Excuse me? I know there are lands that cycle. In fact, there's a red-black one. I think there's a black-green one, yeah. Cadian Slough. And a Sheltered Thicket. Oh, I put cycling and not... I put cycle, not cycling. I'm so smart. What a dumbass. Anyway, it's possible that I could run these. Instead of a couple of the shocks or checks that I run right now. The Inquisitions, the idea behind them is correct, but it's possible that I shouldn't be running only Inquisitions. It's possible I should be running like 2 and 2 Inquisition Thoughtseize. Should I be running discard at all? Is I guess the potentially better question. Like, would I be better served just running like 2 more mana dorks and then like 2 harmonize, right? Like that's possibly better. I don't know. I wasn't super impressed by the discard. I'm not sure I need it. Llanowar Elves, very obvious. We want to be able to play Stone Rain on turn 2. Preferably while we're going first. If we're going second against an aggro deck, it's not as great, unfortunately. But being able to go turn 1 Elf into turn 2 Stone Rain can be devastating. Mindstone is there essentially to help us, like what we saw when our Llanowar Elf gets killed on turn 1. We can play this on turn 2, and then follow it up with either a 4-drop or just play one of our lands that has to come in tapped or can come in tapped, and then Stone Rain. Maelstrom Pulse, it gets rid of anything and everything. That's why we're running it. Gets rid of what I want when I want. Well, I guess not when I want. It is sorcery, but most of our things are sorcery speed anyway, so we're not really gonna we don't worry too much about that. Yeah, I mean, it kills everything. Same does Binding the Old Gods. Very important card. Helps us fetch our library to make things better. For what it's worth, would also fetch these if I had to run them. I could fetch these out just so that I don't draw them when I need an untapped land. Weird circumstances, but sure. Stone Rain. Destroys a land. Casualties of War. Destroys multiple things. Waking the Trolls are main win condition, to be honest. You blow up a land, you steal one of your opponent's blown up lands, and then you make a bunch of 4/4s. That's the idea, anyway. And then, of course, Star of Extinction. It just resets the board. Just like, I just don't want to deal with all these creatures and planeswalkers. Even my own. Who cares? Kill them. Almost die. And then Gnottvold Slumbermound is one of the few instant things that we can do. And this just allows us to have a surprise attacker, essentially. It's not surprise, like it's an onboard trick, but it does allow us to get some use out of something that we otherwise wouldn't potentially get use out of. So, I definitely like the deck. I really don't like the idea of playing Ponza without Casualties, Binding, and even Maelstrom Pulse. Maelstrom Pulse, I think, is the least of them for me. I have seen some decks running Creeping Mold, which is similar, right? It allows you to hit an artifact or an enchantment. But this hits Planeswalkers. This hits Planeswalkers. This hits Planeswalkers. I don't think I've seen much in the red-green only versions that does a decent job of dealing with walkers as well. Now, I think you can make this a best of 3 deck. Obviously, you have to have Graveyard Hate, Control Hate, generally speaking, and Combo Hate. Those are the main things. Oh, and Aggro Hate. Did I say aggro? No. Control, Combo, Graveyard, Aggro. Yeah, okay. Aggro, you have plenty of board wipes that you can utilize. You don't have Damnation, unfortunately, but you do have access to, Languishes if you want it, Extinction Events if you want it, Cry the Canariums. Potentially would be better is Anger of the Gods, actually. Never mind, this is only 12. I mean, you could still probably get away with it, to be honest. Yeah, you probably could still get away with it. But yeah, Anger of the Gods, another thing that you could use for your sideboard if you plan on taking it that route. Sideboard should definitely have discard if you decide to move away from discard in the main deck. I think having some Thoughtseize or something like that in the sideboard would be very helpful. Against Control, I think what you would want to do against Control is have a couple of good early pressure cards that can be complemented by your land destruction, right? You have things like Dreadhorde Butcher. You have not Krenko, Legion Warboss. Those are pretty common early aggressive cards that Control can sometimes have issues dealing with, and you follow those up with land destruction, so that now they can't board wipe when they want to, they can't double spell when they want to. It's just going to be a lot harder for them to generally handle getting their lands blown up and still removing your creatures. And if they are able to remove your creatures, that means likely their shields are going to be down for you to continue blowing up their lands. Against combo, obviously you have Grafdigger's Cage / Weather Runestone, which doubles as Graveyard Hate. I don't know to what extent Storm is going to be a best of 3 thing, but you can theoretically use Damping Sphere. To be honest, most of the combos seem to center around like Emergent Ultimatum right now, and I frankly am not entirely sure how best to deal with Emergent Ultimatum in Jund colors, besides just blowing up their lands and discarding it from their hand. So, discard does do double duty there. Graveyard, we're playing black and green. You can pick. Scoos if you want it. Leyline of the Void, etc., etc. Right? There's a ton. And then I think that was like aggro, combo, control, graveyard. Yeah, I mean that's essentially everything. The main issue I think with this deck being in best of 3 is that once your opponent knows your strategy, they have a little bit better of a time dealing with it. Mainly say you win game 1, your opponent kept a 3-land hand with no way to draw, right? You start blowing up their lands, they get just utterly screwed, they lose. Game 2 and 3, they're gonna know not to keep a hand where they don't see themselves easily being able to replenish their mana base. And if they're an aggro deck, unfortunately, that means they can just kill you. I guess a Braid would be helpful as well. Maybe some more early just single target removal, Doom Blades, etc., etc. But yeah, that's where the deck is right now. I have a PO box. Feel free to send me things. I will open them on camera if you'd like. I would also like to thank my Patreons, especially Fogwind and Ballateer, for continuing support. If you'd like to join them and support the show, you find links to that. My mouth just broke. You'll find links to that in the description down below. Do, of course, hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe. All of that good stuff really does help out the show. And, of course, until next time, all will be one.